And welcome back. This is ballerscuba with Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. This game was released on the Super Nintendo in 1991 and 1992. By Nintendo itself, it is a first-party title. This is the third in the Zelda series, and just like the other two games, we are going to delve into the story to start. We're going to start with what's presented on the screen here. Long ago in the beautiful kingdom of Hyrule, surrounded by mountains and forests, legends told of an omnipotent and omniscient golden power that resided in a hidden land. Many people aggressively sought to enter the hidden golden land, but no one ever returned. One day, evil power began to flow from the Golden Land. So the king commanded 7 wise men to seal the gate to the land of the golden power. That seal should have remained for all time. But when these events were obscured by the mists of time and became legend, a mysterious wizard known as Aghanim came to Hyrule to release the seal. He eliminated the good king of Hyrule. Through evil magic, he began to make descendants of the 7 wise men vanish, one after another. And the time of destiny for Princess Zelda is drawing near. And that is what the game gives us when we boot it up. However, there is a much longer story that is presented in the instruction manual. I'm going to go ahead and read that for you guys while I create the character that I would like. The Legends of Hyrule. To set the stage for this adventure of the legendary hero of Hyrule, it will be informative to delve into the Triforce myth, an ancient epic about the creation of the world that is still believed in the land of Hyrule. Every culture has such myths and theories about the creation of their worlds, and it can be beneficial and entertaining to examine them in detail, for they often affect the present-day social structure. The legends say the mythical gods of Hyrule had as their chosen people the Hylia. These ancient people left scrolls that are the primary source of the legend. The creation of Hyrule. According to the Hylian scrolls, the mythical gods descended from a distant nebula to the world that was, and created order and life. The god of power dyed the mountains red with fire, and created land. The god of wisdom created science and wizardry, and brought order to nature. And the god of courage, through justice and vigor, created life, the animals that crawl the land, and the birds that soar in the sky. After the gods had finished their work, they left the world, but not before creating a symbol of their strength, a golden triangle known as the Triforce. A small but powerful portion of the essence of the gods was held in this mighty artifact, which was to guide the intelligent life on the world of Hyrule. Although it was an inanimate object, the Triforce had the power to bestow 3 titles which gave the person who received them great powers: the Forger of Strength, the Keeper of Knowledge, and the Juror of Courage. From its hiding place in the so-called Golden Land where the gods placed it, the Triforce beckoned people from the outside world to seek it in the hope that someone worthy of these titles would find it. With their magic-infused blood, the Hylian people were endowed with psychic powers and skill in wizardry. It was also said that their long, pointed ears enabled them to hear special messages from the gods, so they were held in high esteem by many people in Hyrule. Their descendants settled in various parts of the world and passed on their knowledge and magical lore to all people. But in its passing, the lore was often distorted or lost altogether. Gates to the Golden Land. In Hyrule, there are many Hylian buildings which are mentioned repeatedly in the legends. These buildings, which now lie in ruin, pale shadows of their former splendor, are closely tied to the Triforce. Some were said to house the Triforce itself. If it were only a symbol of the gods, the Triforce would be coveted by many. But a verse from the Book of Mudora, a collection of Hylian legends and lore, made the Triforce even more desirable. In a realm beyond sight, the sky shines gold, not blue. There, the Triforce's might makes mortal dreams come true. Many aggressively searched for the wish-granting Triforce, but no one, not even the Hylian sages, was sure of its location. The knowledge had been lost over time. Some said the Triforce lay under the desert. Others said that it was in the cemetery in the shadow of Death Mountain, but no one ever found it. That yearning for the Triforce soon turned to lust for power, which in turn led to the spilling of blood. Soon the only motive left among those searching for the Triforce was pure greed. One day, quite by accident, a gate to the Golden Land of the Triforce was opened by a gang of thieves skilled in the black arts. This land was like no other. In the gathering twilight, the Triforce shone from its resting place high above the world. In a long-running battle, the leader of the thieves fought his way past his followers in lust for the golden power. After vanquishing his own followers, the leader stood triumphant over the Triforce and grasped it with his blood-stained hands. He heard a whispered voice. "If thou hast a strong desire or dream, wish for it." And in reply, the roaring laughter of the brigand leader echoed across time and space and even reached the far-off land of Hyrule. The name of this king of thieves is Ganondorf Dragmire, but he is known by his alias, Mandrag Ganon, which means Ganon of the Enchanted Thieves. The Imprisoning War. I do not know what Ganon wished for from the Triforce. However, in time, evil power began to flow from the Golden Land, and greedy men were drawn there to become members of Ganon's army. Black clouds permanently darkened the sky, and many disasters beset Hyrule. The Lord of Hyrule sent for the 7 wise men and the Knights of Hyrule, and ordered them to seal the entrance to the Golden Land. The Triforce, being an inanimate object, cannot judge between good and evil. Therefore, it could not know that Ganon's wishes were evil. It merely granted them. Suspecting that Ganon's power was based on the Triforce's magic, the people of Hyrule forged a sword resistant to magic, which could repulse even powers granted by the Triforce. This mighty weapon became known as the Blade of Evil's Bane, or the Master Sword. It was so powerful that only one who was pure of heart and strong of body could wield it. As the 7 wise men searched for a valiant person to take up the Master Sword, Ganon's evil army swarmed from the tainted Golden Land into Hyrule and attacked the castle. The wise men and the Knights of Hyrule combined forces to wage war on this evil horde. The knights took the full brunt of the fierce attack, and although they fought courageously, many a brave soul was lost that day. However, their lives were not lost in vain, for they bought precious time for the 7 wise men to magically seal Ganon in the Golden Land. All of Hyrule rejoiced at the victory that upheld peace and order over Ganon's evil and chaos. This war, which had claimed many lives, became known as the Imprisoning War in stories told in later centuries. The coming of the wizard. Many centuries have passed since the Imprisoning War. The land of Hyrule healed its wounds, and the people lived in peace for a long time. Memories of the vicious Imprisoning War faded over the generations. So it is no surprise that no one was prepared for the new disasters that have recently struck Hyrule. Pestilence and drought, uncontrollable even by magic, ravaged the land. The king of Hyrule, after counsel with his sages, ordered an investigation of the imprisoned Dark World, as the Golden Land had come to be known. But the wise men's seal was apparently intact. He offered rewards for anyone who could find the source of these troubles. In answer to these summons, a stranger named Aghanim came and quelled the disasters with a previously unseen form of magic. As a reward, the king gave him a new position as chief advisor and heir to the 7 wise men. The masses proclaimed him their hero. Peace had returned to Hyrule. Or had it? Of late, rumors have traveled their whispering path with alarming frequency. Rumors say Aghanim now rules the country with his magic. Rumors of strange magical experiments in the castle tower at night. The people of Hyrule were gripped by dread. Prologue. One night, a girl's voice awakens you from your sleep. Help me. My name is Zelda. I am in the castle dungeon. She telepathically pleads. You jump out of bed, not knowing whether the voice was part of a dream or reality. Upon leaving your bed, you find your uncle, who should be fast asleep at this time, preparing to go out, girded for battle. I'll be back by morning, he says as he departs. Don't leave the house. You watch him leave with the family sword in hand and shield on arm. This is a night like no other. Who is Zelda? Where'd your uncle gone, and for what reason? And so, on an ill-fated night, a new chapter in the Legend of Hyrule's hero begins. A new chapter in the Legend of Zelda. Your quest as the legendary hero. The Golden Land of the Triforce has become a dark world corrupted by Ganon's evil wishes. However, this is not enough for Ganon. He also wants to make Hyrule, the light world, his own. To do this, he needs to break the seal of the 7 wise men. But he cannot do this with his power alone. He must also use the life force of the descendants of the 7 wise men. With Aghanim the wizard as his pawn, this is about to become a reality. Thus the late-night experiments in the castle tower. You, as the legendary hero of Hyrule, must enter the Dark World on a quest to save the maidens that Aghanim has sent there. The aim of the game is to solve the many mysteries and adventures that await you along the way to rescuing the maidens, defeating Ganon, and returning peace to Hyrule. I hope you guys enjoyed the story. We will be going in as the default name. We will be Link. He will be our hero. In time. Not quite yet. But over time, he'll become our hero. Help me. Please help me. I'm a prisoner in the dungeon of the castle. My name is Zelda. The wizard Aghanim has done something to the other missing girls. Now only I remain. Aghanim has seized control of the castle and is now trying to open the 7 wise men's seal. I'm in the dungeon of the castle. Please help me. Link, I'm going out for a while. I'll be back by morning. Don't leave the house. And away goes my uncle. Or so they told me in the instruction manual. But we can't sleep at a time like this. We have pots to break. Well, there's health in there, but I don't really care about health right now. There's also a treasure chest. You got the lamp. Now you can light torches and see your way in darkness. Hooray! I have my first item. They gave that out pretty early. So, you can press buttons to lift things and throw things, but unfortunately you can't throw everything. I cannot lift rocks. I'm not strong enough. Bushes! I got that. So there's lots of ways to go, but this is the only way that you're supposed to go. We'll talk to guards along the way, though. What are you doing up this late, kid? You can stay up when you're grown up. Now go home. I see you brought a map so you don't get lost. Press the X button to see your map. Sure. There you can see our destination marked by the X. There's our location marked by Link's face, all shiny compared to everything else. And then here we can see the whole map. As you can see, there's a lot going on. It's not necessarily the biggest map, but it is full. There's a lot of stuff going on there. But we got to view the map. You can also pick up the bushes. Hey, look, you do some lawn work, you get a little bit of money. And you can throw it at them, but they don't care about that. You look strong for a kid. How much can you lift? Press the A button while touching a thing to lift it. I can lift somewhere between a bush and a rock right now. I bet you can't wait until you're old enough to use a sword. Press the B button to use your sword when you get it. Yeah, we'll get there. I don't like you guys. So we will head up here, where we're supposed to go. Just up into the next screen, we got the old-fashioned scrolling. That's nice. It's classic at this point. I will give 100 rupees to the man who finds the descendants of the wise men. The king. 100 rupees? Help me, I'm in the dungeon of the castle. I know there is a hidden path from outside of the castle to the garden inside. I'm coming. I'm trying to do lawn work for a little bit of money. Apparently I'm already 1/100th of what it would take to, like, turn people in.